Hello? Hello. Okay. How is everybody doing today? Welcome back to part 2 of the story. And sorry for the long wait. Sorry for the long whatnot. And well, it's just been a while. 4 days since the last update. I just want to read it, get out of the way, so I can move on to chapter 2, which I will in the next video. Hopefully, I end up making 4 videos today, or 3. Part 1 of the rest of this story, part 2 of the rest of the story, part 1 of the new chapter, and part 2 of the other story. So it's gonna be awesome. You guys are gonna have at least 4 videos up today. In this moment, at 6:21 p.m. of whatever this date is, whatever this day I end up uploading it, and without me talking too much, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the story, and yeah, let's get started. After the introduction was over, Twilight Sparkle started to follow Smarty Hardy as he was leaving to the comfort of his own home. Keeping hidden, she would peek out behind Smarty Hardy, whom was smiling and walking by through the night. "Hi!" A voice jumped out behind Twilight Sparkle, startling the purple unicorn. It was only Pinkie Pie, her friend. "Pinkie Pie, why do you startle me?" Twilight annoyingly said. Fuck it. "Oh, Rarity told me that you were blushing at the sight of Smarty Hardy. Do you like him?" Twilight Sparkle tried to hide the blush, but Pinkie Pie saw the rosy cheeks she had. "Ooh, I knew it. You have a crush on him," Pinkie Pie stated out loud. "I do not," Twilight shouted, trying to hide the blush from everybody else. But Pinkie Pie just began to tease her more, so Twilight Sparkle started to chase her around Ponyville. Once Pinkie Pie retreated, Twilight Sparkle continued to follow Smarty Hardy to his humble home. At one point, Smarty Hardy stopped for a moment and thought someone was following him. So he turned around and began to scan his eyes to see. Twilight Sparkle, on the other hand, was hiding whenever he turned around. Finally, after a few moments, Smarty Hardy brushed it off and continued home. When he arrived home, Twilight watched him enter his home and turn on all the lights. From what Twilight Sparkle saw, there was a bookshelf with mountains of books. She clomped up closer for a better look, and saw Smarty Hardy reading a book quietly. Twilight Sparkle was backing up because she really didn't want to look like a spy. As she backed up, she bumped into some pony and noticed it was Fluttershy, who was giving Twilight Sparkle an invitation. Let me start over. My bad. As she backed up, she bumped into some pony and noticed it was Fluttershy, who was giving Twilight Sparkle an invitation to a party where every pony in Ponyville would all play games and have fun. Twilight Sparkle looked at the invitation and began to think for a moment. She could invite Smarty Hardy to the party and attempt to ask him out and confess. But then she thought for a moment and decided that she should read a book about tips on asking a boy pony out. So she clopped back to her home and entered. Sitting at her desk, pushing the book she was reading off the desk, and called for Spike to get her the book on Tips for Love. Spike grabbed the book on the tea section and handed it to Twilight Sparkle. The unicorn slowly began to read the book. Upon reading part 1 of the book, she was reading that making a date with a boy unicorn would not be easy and needed time. So it suggested to Twilight Sparkle that she started being friends with her first. Okay. Unless the unicorn was a romantic type. If the unicorn was romantic, it wouldn't be a problem. She began to continue reading throughout the night, preparing for tomorrow's night party. Hopefully that wasn't too short. That was 5 minutes. I guess I'll continue reading chapter 2. Because that was actually pretty short. Okay, chapter 2. The dress and the unicorn. Let me just sit up here. Morning came, and today was going to be the night that Twilight Sparkle would confess to Smarty Hardy. But she had to prepare because she wanted to make herself look attractive to the crush she had on the unicorn. All night, she was reading the book on Tips for Love, and ended up feeling tired when she finished it at 2:06 a.m. Before passing out and dreaming about her and Smarty Hardy, finally together and holding hooves, kissing romantically at a sunset. But when she woke up from the dream, she cried for a few minutes because the dream would never actually happen. But she wished that it did. She walked into the kitchen and grabbed an apple crotch. Oh, I see. She walked into the kitchen and grabbed an apple crunch cereal in her pantry and got a bowl from the cupboard. She poured the cereal and milk into the bowl and started to munch away at the crunchy apple tasting cereal. She just couldn't get Smarty Hardy out of her mind. She would just imagine that Smarty Hardy was eating breakfast with her and winking at her. Okay, let's get through this. Twilight Sparkle softly sighed happily and started winking at the wall when she thought that Smarty Hardy was right in front of her. But all of a sudden, Spike walked into the room and saw that. Oh wow, that must be so embarrassing. Okay, let me get it together. I can't. Okay. Twilight? Oh, what are you doing? Spike asked, scaring the living daylights out of Twilight Sparkle. Oh man, do not disturb me while I am having breakfast. I have an important night tonight, Twilight Sparkle said, brushing her mane. Sorry guys, this is hilarious. I totally lost my place. Okay, Twilight Sparkle said, brushing her mane in the process. Well, sorry, but it is good that you got off the books for a while. But anyway, I've been hearing that you've been swooning over a boy. Is it the new pony in town? Don't worry, I won't tell, Spike said. Sorry, Spike, but it's my secret. I can't tell. Please, Spike begged. No, Twilight Sparkle said, crossing her hooves. At that point, Spike did very big, sad puppy eyes and whined. Twilight Sparkle said, fine, I'll tell you. It is the new pony. Oh, you mean that new pony, Smarty Hardy? I did think that you and him would be cute together. Why, thank you, Spike, Twilight Sparkle. Then got into her drawers and started to search for a dress to wear at the party. Why are you getting your dress, Twilight? That party isn't even until tonight, Spike said while Twilight ravaged through the wardrobes, closets, and drawers looking for a dress. But Twilight Sparkle didn't respond. She just grabbed her purple dress and set it into the bed. Sorry, Spike, but I don't have time to talk. I have to show off my dress and show it off this afternoon to try to impress Smarty Hardy. And then I'd head to the party while I try to have Smarty Hardy. Try to have Hardy Smarty. Yeah. Twilight Sparkle said, taking a breath after explaining her plan to Spike. Oh, I was almost close. She put her purple dress and went out of her home, leaving Spike there, standing with his stacks of books. Wow, that was pretty good. I liked it. Pretty good chapter. Chapter 1 finished. Chapter 2 part 1 for now. Anyway, it's cute. I like it. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and be seeing you in part 2 in a little bit. Bye.